Hi everybody, I'm Lacey Shane with Real Women, Real Success, and today we're going to talk about accepting a compliment. I want to thank one of the besties who suggested that I do a video on this, and it's a little bit of a tough one because the answer is really simple, but first I want to talk a little bit about the fact that compliments are sometimes hard for women to absorb and to take. You've all seen it where someone says, "Oh, I love your outfit," and the woman responds by saying, "Oh, this whole thing, I just threw it together." Or, "Gosh, I really like the way you handled that." "Oh no, I don't think I handled it well at all." And just, many women will refute the compliment. And if they don't refute it outright, sometimes there's this significant uncomfortableness internally that makes it difficult to know how to respond. Some women I have heard say if they accept a compliment graciously, that perhaps that means they're conceited and they have an inflated idea of themselves. I've heard all kinds of ideas about this, and I've struggled with it at times in my career as well. I've had women tell me, don't negate the compliment like that. You are good at this, or you do look great today, or whatever the case may be. So the answer is really simple, and the answer is just to say thank you, and that's it. This proves to be extremely difficult for a lot of women. And if you're one of those women, here's how I want you to think about this. And I can speak from experience because I had to do exactly what I'm going to share with you that you should do if you have a challenge accepting compliments. Think of it like you're going into a pool full of cold water. You dip your toe in and it's really uncomfortable, and it takes a while as you dip your toe in until you get fully saturated, and then you kind of start to wade around and it gets a little more comfortable, and then before you know it, you're used to the water. So practice makes perfect, right? It's about practice, practice, practice. If you have someone in your family that understands and is sympathetic to this challenge and this particular opportunity for growth in you, have them give you compliments and practice smiling and looking them in the eye and saying, thank you. There is every reason in the world for you to accept compliments graciously. And here's the thing, we behave sometimes when we get a compliment like they're few and far between, like there's some indication of something that's so grand in us. But you know what? There's grandeur in everybody. Frankly, I don't think we compliment others enough. One of my personal missions is to recognize the good in the people around me regularly throughout the day. I really try to do that. Do I forget sometimes? Yeah, I forget sometimes. But we don't compliment each other enough. People are generally deprived of good feedback on a regular basis, I find. So I'm trying to change that in my life, and I find that when we start surrounding people with comments about what's good about them, or what's attractive about them, or what is successful about them, that it becomes less of a shock and more of a natural thing. So one of the things you can do to get used to receiving compliments is give more of them, because they're not that big of a deal. They're a casual reminder about what is good about us, and a casual reminder about how confident we should be. And it doesn't mean you're conceited, and you shouldn't let it lead to being conceited or having an overinflated ego. I certainly know people like that, and that's not a good place to go either. But just because you thank someone and accept the compliment with no further comment does not mean you're conceited. It means someone has recognized something good in you, and it's polite to say thank you. So it's just a matter of getting used to that. I do have one other tip that can help you a little bit with this. I hope that you don't do this, but if you do it, it is much, much better than negating and saying, "Oh no, I didn't handle that well. Oh, this old rag that I got at the thrift store," or whatever, when someone compliments you on your outfit or how well you're dressed. And that is to have a follow-on comment after the thank you that sort of gives the credit a little bit to a related party. So let me give you an example. If someone says, "Gosh, Gina, you're a great cook," instead of saying, "Oh, no, I'm not. I've been working on this for years, and this didn't turn out the way I wanted," what you could instead say is, "Thank you. It's my mom's recipe. Isn't it great?" If someone says, "I love your outfit," you can say, "Thank you. isn't that fashion blog that I referred to doing such a great job helping women know how to dress? Something like that. If someone says, gosh, you handled that bully really well, instead of saying, oh no, I didn't, I wish I'd said this, this, and this, say thank you. That leadership coaching we're doing is really helping me out. Or that book I read was really helpful. Think through some of these things. Think through some of the things that you might be complimented on, that you do well, that you're afraid to admit that you know you do well, and start coming up with those follow-on comments that sort of soften that discomfort after the thank you. And then maybe you can move on to just thank you. What I really want is for you to get comfortable with people complimenting you and for you to get comfortable complimenting others, because, you know, you look at our world today and how much fighting goes on. It's because we don't recognize in each other the good stuff, the best stuff. Oftentimes we're really in the business of keeping track of the bad stuff, and that doesn't bring people together or make people feel very good. So be that force for good, not just for yourself. Recognize it's for everybody. Everybody has something good to recognize, and especially you have something good to recognize. Women are so wonderful, and they're not taught to relish in how wonderful their goodness is. You're not taught to relish in what a wonderful individual you are with feelings and heart and expressiveness. So love yourself by just saying thank you. Dip your toe in the water. Get used to the water over time. Recognize it's going to take practice. It's not going to be comfortable tomorrow. You're going to say thank you and you're going to be cringing, but that's okay. Just keep doing it till you get used to it, okay? Because I want you to be able to accept a compliment, and that is how you accept a compliment. You say thank you, and then you move on. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you today. I want to do one more reminder about this book that I'm giving away. I would love for you to have a copy. I'm just asking you to pay for shipping. If you go to my website, realwomenrealsuccess.com, you can get a copy. It's called Keys to Conscious Business Growth, written by 20 women who have been very transparent about their struggles and paths to success. Some harrowing stories of women coming out on the other end having succeeded, and very transparent about their struggles and how they worked through some things that some people might find humiliating, some people might find disgraceful. These women, including myself, have bear it all in this book for the sake of helping other women find success through challenges and the real things that happen in life. Real women, real success, right? So I will give this to you. I bought a copy just for you, just for shipping and handling. realwomenrealsuccess.com. Go to the homepage, scroll down. You can click on the opportunity to get the book, and you can take it from there. I'm sure you can figure it out. So I hope you go out there and have a great week. And always remember, I'm your biggest fan.